Hello, everybody, and welcome to our very first podcast. Yes, it is just so in Discord because we are trying to keep our webcams off because we feel like it caused a lot of issue, but I don't really care. Anyway, welcome! That was a mouthful. I'm here with Flemond.
What's up, everyone? Shade the Demon Wolf here.
Okay, so we're not doing the face reveal because of no webcam. So, today, we'll be talking about, not royalty-free jazz. We're talking about Transformers today! Yay! Yeah. First question, who's your favorite Transformer?
Autobots, it has to be Bumblebee, always. For Decepticons, it's always Soundwave.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. I like Bumblebee. I don't like the more recent, design of Bumblebee in like the Michael Bay movies because it's way too far off of the G1.
Yeah. I feel like Michael Bay kind of ruined Transformers a bit.
A little bit. I wouldn't say he ruined them. I'm just saying like
degraded them.
He tried to put his own spin on it, and I can admire somebody doing that, but just not like that.
Like the recent Bumblebee movie, I actually enjoyed because
that was phenomenal.
Yeah, especially there was like a bearable amount of explosions, a good fight choreography instead of explosions every 2 seconds.
Yeah, because that was a different director.
Yeah,
it's pretty good though.
It was. I liked it.
So, what's your favorite series of Transformers? Like, what's your favorite show?
I watched a bit of Transformers Beast Wars. I haven't watched it religiously. I've just been in and out of a few shows. Transformers Prime was a good one. And I think that's mostly it. Apart from the movies, that's pretty much all the shows I watched.
I liked Beast Wars. Beast Wars was one of my favorites.
Transmetal 2 Megatron turning into Dragon.
That was pretty cool. I preferred his T-Rex mode, though, honestly.
Yeah. The Dragon mode, though, had to be my favorite mode out of all of them. But the spin-off Beast Machines, it was weird.
Yeah, it got a bit weird, for sure. I mean, it was a neat idea. It just got really weird, you know.
Yeah.
So I heard a rumor about there being a Beast Wars movie. I don't know how true it is, and I don't know if it was just a meme, but I definitely heard about it. And from what I've seen from the screenshot that the person provided, I don't know if it was a fan-made thing or whatever, but I thought it looked pretty cool.
Sounds interesting. Do you know who's directing it, though?
No, I have no idea. I think it's just rumors.
Well, hopefully it sticks to the actual thing and not... it could go on its own path if it wants to, but I don't want it to stray too far.
Yeah, it doesn't have to... It doesn't have to completely retell the original story, but it would be nice if it does keep some of the source material in mind.
Yeah, definitely.
We can go without them screaming maximize or terrorize every time they transform, though.
Yeah, it's I never got why they screamed that.
It's some kind of effect.
It's like Ben 10 screaming his alien's name when he transforms into them. What's the purpose of it?
It was during that time where just everybody screamed what they were doing, during Power Rangers, where they're just it's morphin' time or whatever.
I'm gonna do that next time I'm making mac and cheese. I'm boiling the water!
Just shriek everything you're doing as loud as you can at 3 in the morning. Just Mom! Mama, boiling water! I am starting a fire!
I am stirring the pasta!
Alright, back to Transformers.
That went on a whole different path.
Back to Transformers. Have you played any of the Transformers video games?
Fortunately, I haven't, but I really wanted to play Fall of Cybertron.
Fall of Cybertron's pretty good. I have a full walkthrough of it on my channel, though it was made like a few years ago, so it's really bad. I might redo it. I was thinking about it today.
Are you able to play as your own custom Transformer, or do you just pick from the list that's given to you?
In multiplayer, you can make your own custom Transformer, but in the campaign, the one you play as is dependent on the level.
Right.
Like it's not the same one all the time, but you don't get to choose. It kind of alternates. Like you'll play as the same one for maybe a level or two, and then you'll switch.
A campaign, that makes sense, but multiplayer, that's what I mostly looked forward to in that game. And
Yeah.
I want them to make a new Transformers game where you can make your own Transformer.
I think that'd be really cool. Or if they had like their own set of Transformers, but they gave you all the pieces and stuff to either make your own or recreate old ones, like in Fall of Cybertron, with the multiplayer, with some of the things you unlock, you can eventually like rebuild Hot Rod or something.
Hot Rod murdered Optimus.
Hot Rod technically did kill Optimus. Cup warned him.
I'm gonna be honest though, this is part of the G1 movie. Why does Hot Rod become the new Prime? Why not Bumblebee? Like, Bumblebee's been around longer. He's been more loyal to Optimus, and Hot Rod pretty much murdered him.
Me and my brother were talking about this earlier, and I gave him my top 3 picks for the new Prime instead of Hot Rod. And I said, who did I say? Either Ironhide, Springer, or Cup. Because I think, Cup is older and more experienced, and he knows what he's doing. So I think he would be like the perfect next Prime.
Yeah.
Or give it to Grimlock. And have him destroy everything.
Grimlock's first day on the job. Cybertron freaking dies.
Transformers, the movie. Cybertron dies.
Roll credits.
Yeah, right? It's like the Death Star explosion, but with Cybertron. That'd be interesting. I had another idea where, if they're starting to bring back the new, like, the old G1 Transformers, and the new movies, like with Bumblebee, if they're going to keep going in that direction, I'm thinking if they add Cup, what if they have Vin Diesel voice him?
Oh my god.
Can you imagine that? That'd be so cool.
I would really pay to watch that.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan as Vin Diesel as an actor. I mean, the only movie that I really like that he was in was The Pacifier. But like, his voice kind of fits Cup.
Yeah. I could Thundercats too, right? Vin Diesel would play Panthro so well.
Oh yeah, for sure. If they do like a live action Thundercats, which they really shouldn't because that would destroy the series.
The series is already ruined with Thundercats Roar.
Oh yeah, that was awful. That was so bad. I was watching a review on the first episode. It was just, oh god, it was so bad. They turned it from like a serious and honestly semi kind of gritty show to like Thundercats but made by Steven Universe.
Exactly.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Steven Universe, but not with Thundercats.
Like, the thing with some cartoons, and I like how you go from Transformers straight to this.
Yeah, right? We started with Transformers, we're just seeing where this goes now. We'll come back to it if it happens.
Yeah. The thing with certain cartoons, like Steven Universe, for example, in the beginning, like from the pilot episode forward, it starts off like, okay, this is just a show with barely any story whatsoever, but then like it starts to get more build up, leading to like a bigger story, especially with the Steven Universe movie that we watched.
Yeah, and I like it when cartoons do that, when they like start off with a very almost no plot, and it's just like random adventures they go on, like Adventure Time. It's just random things they do, and eventually it builds its own story and its own world around it, and then it creates a plot and it goes forward.
Yeah, like what's one show? Gravity Falls was kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first two or three episodes of Gravity Falls was just random.
A Star versus the Forces of Evil was a good one too.
I haven't seen that show.
The beginning, it's okay, but once you get more and more into it, it actually gets good.
I might check it out.
Oh, I thought of the one Transformers show that I watch, but I didn't like. It's the one that Cartoon Network did. I forgot. Robots in Disguise. That one.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty bad ones about that. I've heard mixed reviews about that, about Cyberverse. I mean, Cyberverse was like a neat idea, but the art style was awful, and the way they changed some of the characters was just unforgivable. Like they made Grimlock intelligent, and they gave Wheeljack a southern accent and a goatee.
No.
So that's absolutely just unforgivable.
There was one show from my childhood based on Transformers that I adored because of the like when I look back at it now, I could see how how it wouldn't be that good to like some Transformers fans, but Transformers the animated series.
Oh my god! Yes.
Childhood in a nutshell. I had the Optimus Prime toy, and
dude, my childhood with Transformers was the Transformers Armada game for the PlayStation 2. That game is incredible. I still listen to the soundtrack and I still play it sometimes. It's an incredible game.
Definitely. Forgot which version of Transformers this was, but it was the one from the Predaking figure that I showed you with the combiner.
Was that Prime Beast Hunters?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Because there's multiple versions of Predaking from my knowledge. The Prime one was a dragon, which I absolutely liked. And the figure I showed you was a combiner with which I actually liked. And I think it was I know it's from a series where like Transformers gain the ability to combine with one another, kind of like Devastator. There was
it might have been either Combiner Wars or Power of the Primes.
Might have been Combiner Wars.
Maybe. So I remember, like, with some of the Power of the Primes figures, specifically the Dinobots, they were able to combine.
Yeah, that
was kind of odd.
The one thing that I didn't really understand was the fact that there was Optimus Primal into it. Like, I guess it was like a crossover, kind of, sorta, but it was... I don't know why, it just felt odd to me.
Yeah. It was really strange. It was kind of cool, like, how they worked it into it, though. How, like, he turned out to be, like, the guardian of some kind of artifact or something.
Yeah, like... at least that kind of made sense a bit, but...
Well, like,
it's still, like, odd.
Well, like, it did make sense, but it also didn't, because, like, it was basically saying that the Maximals had been on Earth for, like, billions of years, but the Maximals and the Predacons are the descendants of the Autobots and Decepticons.
Yeah.
So, like, either there was some sort of time travel involved and I missed it, or they might have just messed up their own timeline.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. But the have you seen the Power of the Primes Optimus Primal figure?
I don't think so.
It's not that good.
I didn't really expect it to be that.
No, not
good.
really. I don't think it was Power of the Primes, but it was definitely based off. It's definitely a more recent Optimus Primal figure, but it's not that good. It's basically it's you said you didn't watch much Beast Wars, right? Do you know Optimal Optimus?
Yeah, that's Optimus Primal's second form, right? Like
Yeah, like the big orange and blue gorilla thing with the snowboard. So it was that figure, and it was basically just Optimus Primal was like folded in and transformed almost like a headmaster, but plugged into Optimal Optimus's back.
Ew.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. I mean, it's a neat concept, and they used the same concept for Optimus, and instead of Primal, obviously, folding into his back, it was Orion Pax that folded up and went into Optimus's back, and turned him into Optimus. Which is, like, it's a neat concept to have, like, that kind of changing figure, but I don't think it should just fold up and go into his back.
Yeah. The one thing that kinda I didn't really like about Beast Wars had to be Ravage's appearance.
Ravage was in Beast Wars? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was just the talking panther.
Yeah, but, like, I would have get it if he was, like, still in his G1 Panther mode. I would have appreciated that, but, like, the semi-humanoid panther head...
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was standing.
It felt misproportioned.
It felt so wrong to look at.
If they questioned existence, I was just like, what
let me,
is that?
Let me pull up an image of this.
No.
I'm doing it.
Oh, God.
That looks so bad. I mean, well, the toy's kind of cool. But, like, not a fan.
The fact that it still turned into a cassette tape.
Did
it's
it
like,
really?
Yes, it did. And I'm disturbed.
That's not okay. It is 0 types of okay.
Oh my god.
Beast Wars, you made so many good decisions, but that was not one of them.
Exactly. Even Dinobot eating his freaking clone was a good idea.
Ah, don't bring that up. Dinobot's mouth just unhinging to devour his clone. That was disturbing. There's a lot of, like, weird stuff like that anyways. Like, there was some mass shifting and some real black magic involved in the transformations with the Beast Wars characters. Like, if you slow down some of the transformations, like, some of their parts, like, disappear entirely.
Some parts, like, rip in half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised the Masterpiece figure line got it done, especially with Masterpiece, Dinobot, and Cheetor.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that, it was...
Yeah, some of the Masterpiece Beast Wars figures look really good. Like, incredible, honestly. Some of them... it's really cool how they did, like, the designs for them and how they did the transformations. Like, with Dinobot and Cheetor, on their chest, their Beast Mode's head is on there. So they just used, like, a false head kind of thing on there for the chest design. So I thought...
That is, like, honestly the best idea I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that's genius.
Transformers.
That's absolutely genius.
There is one Transformer that I want, like, 2 specific types, actually, and these are kind of, like, in line with Beast Wars, in a sort of sense, like, Beast Formers.
Mm-hmm.
I want there to be a Wyvern Transformer, and we need more Wolf Transformers.
I'm trying to think.
Like, I already Steeljaw and Silverbolt were technically wolves, but...
Have you seen what was it, Transformers Energon? That one TV show?
No, I don't think so.
It was, I don't want to say it was like an anime, but it kind of was an anime. And they had, it was like a direct sequel to Armada. and it had these creatures called Terracons, and you need to look them up.
Are they animalistic, kind of, sorta?
Oh yeah.
Was it with Megatron turning into a two-headed dragon, a bat, a ship? Like he had multiple different forms?
No.
Oh.
I don't think I spelt that right, but...
Terracons, Transformers... Transformers, Terracons, okay. Oh, yeah!
I don't know how to spell Terracon!
T-E-R-R-O-R-C-O-N.
There we go. No, not Pterosaur. I don't care about Pterosaur. There we go, Terracons.
Oh, Ravage. These are actually... Oh, this is actually a really... I don't know why... Designs like this and animations like this really catch my attention.
Mm-hmm. That's like what the toy looked like I'm showing the viewers. That's what the toy of from Cybertron kind of looked like. That's not exactly... I don't think that was it, but...
It's a close enough representation.
Yeah, close enough. Was it Cybertron or Energon? I think it was Energon, actually. Yeah, it was Energon. Might be.
I looked up Energon.
That's just a mess of whatever.
Didn't Megatron and Soundwave have like a huge drinking scene of Energon in the original G1 show?
Oh yeah.
Or movie?
It was in the show. They just have like this scene where they go to like Energon bar. It's so weird. They get Energon wasted.
I'm just saying this right now. There are people out there who made like fan fiction with Megatron and Soundwave, and I'm not gonna lie. I see it happening.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys need to stop.
They really do need to stop.
The only characters in Transformers I actually like kind of ship is Hot Rod and RC.
Yeah, I see that definitely happening.
Just from the G1 movie.
This is the thing with RC, like, in the original show, she was, like, some type of futuristic car, but in, like, Prime and the Michael Bay movie, she was a bike.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know which one I prefer, though. I feel like they didn't need to change the design of her. Like, I'm okay with them changing the colors, because, like, the pink honestly hurt my eyes. But...
Yeah.
They didn't need to change her to a bike.
Like, I do like the concept, though, like, of a female Transformer turning into a bike, but couldn't they have just done that with, like, a completely different Transformer?
Mm-hmm.
Thing that I want to point out about the Michael Bay Transformer movies. Tell me why half of the Decepticons look like freaking Predator.
I honestly can't. I can't tell you. I don't know. But it's top 10 questions science can't answer, and one of them includes, why does Starscream look like a Dorito? He looks like a Dorito. He's Chip Man.
I really didn't like Starscream in the Michael Bay movies because
I was not a fan. He's a chip.
And yeah, not just that. In the original movie, he's always trying to stab Megatron in the back, you know, trying to take place at But in the movies, he's just a bootlicker to him. Like, he's not even trying to take his place. He's just, like, so submissive.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave Chip Starscream up here. I just need to find a good image. There we go. There we go. There's Chip Scream.
Oh, Chip Screen. Oh, no.
Yep, there he is. There's the boy.
Oh, no, Chip Screen.
There he goes. He's ready. But yeah, there's been even a few scenes in the G1 cartoon where Starscream's like straight up tried to shoot Megatron.
exactly, and like that's what I can kind of respect about Starscream.
Oh yeah.
Like the person, like he's gonna stab you in the back,
Mm-hmm.
but after false attempts, he's still trying, and that's what Transformers Prime got right as well. Even animated did that right.
Oh yeah, and they've done that really well in some of the Transformers games too. Like in Fall of Cybertron, they did that. They really portrayed Starscream really well. Like while spoiler alert, Megatron got killed in some sort of fight. I forgot exactly what happened. I haven't played that game in forever. But right when he died, Starscream just assumed command almost automatically, and they referenced the coronation scene too in that game. Megatron even
This is bad comedy.
Megatron even came up on an elevator in like a gladiatorial arena after Soundwave repaired him, and he said it. He called it bad comedy,
Yes.
and it was beautiful. And I flipped out and had the biggest smile on my face the first time I saw that. It was incredible.
Soundwave is honestly better second in command for
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tron. Like he's loyal, but he's not bootlicker loyal. He's like that general loyal.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that really set me on Soundwave was his voice, though, especially in the Bumblebee movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Soundwave's voice has always been amazing.
There was one person I met where he was talking about Transformers and all that, and he said that Soundwave, he didn't like the sound of his voice. He said it sounded annoying.
That's heresy.
And I legit slammed the table and said, "Do you want me to crusade?"
Do you wish for a crusade, boy? I'm gonna pull up, in case somebody doesn't understand what I'm doing in the video, I'm gonna pull up pictures of the Transformers we're talking about on Google, just so people know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're just speaking gibberish to a blind man.
Speaking in tongues. So, in the Michael Bay Transformers, even though Michael Bay messed up so many of the Transformers, as much as he tried, he couldn't mess up Shockwave, though.
Really couldn't. Like, Shockwave's design is unique that you can't mess it up.
Yeah.
But he didn't mess up his design, but I would say he kind of messed up the character. Because you know how Shockwave is the scientist of the group?
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, he was more like a berserker.
Yeah.
Didn't give a damn about anyone.
Yeah.
Like, then again, like, unless they gave him some screen time where he was actually, doing scientific research, like, producing more Decepticons and all that, that possibly he could have redeemed himself a bit, but apart from that, you just made him into a mute, grunting berserker instead of the scientist we all know and love.
Yeah. He's like the perfect opposite to Wheeljack. There's a fight you never knew you wanted to see.
Wheeljack versus Shockwave. Jesus.
That would be such a good fight.
It would.
I would love to see that. I mean, I have 2 figures of that. I could just make them fight if I wanted to.
Make a reenactment.
Yes!
Hey, honest, there was another thing that I didn't like, and this is on Age of Extinction.
Mm-hmm.
First off, the new Decepticons that they produced, the way they transformed was absolutely disgusting.
Oh yeah, when they just turned into a bunch of Rubik's Cubes.
Exactly, like, it ruined the point of Transformers, and 2, it kind of ruined the purpose of them having, like, car-based material still on them. Like, if you looked on Stinger, you could still see tires, you could still see windshield. Like, if you can produce Transformers that pixelate and reform, why still have those materials on there?
Yeah, exactly. And I love how they just completely like ignored it in the next movie.
Exactly, and that's another thing I don't understand. But first, I'm gonna rack on the Galvatron.
Go
really
for
quick.
it. Go for it.
He made him look absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah, that Galvatron was awful.
He looked like a pug in reverse.
I mean, I appreciate that they were trying to bring Galvatron into like the new, I guess, new age kind of
Exactly.
introduce him to new viewers. But like, if you're gonna bring in Galvatron, do it better.
Exactly.
Do exactly what you just did, but better.
Exactly. And secondly, he went from turning into Galvatron back into Megatron.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
And he went from pixelating back to normal transformation. Like, it's kind of like Galvatron is the rebirth of Megatron, but he still keeps his place as Galvatron. He's not, okay, I kept this title, now I'm going back to my old ways type thing. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I'll give them this, the whole night aesthetic. It's actually a good take. Not gonna lie. Like, the Dinobots though, like, first off, what happened to Scorn?
I don't know.
I guess Scorn wasn't part of the original Dinobot group, but like on the second movie, he like completely disappeared.
Yeah. What I personally don't like is how they tried to make the Dinobots look cute. How like in the next movie they tried to make them act more like puppies than, you know, giant robot dinosaurs.
And that makes me question, are Transformers made or birthed?
It depends. Because in the original G1 show, Wheeljack made the Dinobots. But in like the Michael Bay Transformers, they were like, I don't remember how they were found or made because I've only seen that movie once.
They were just like, here, have babies.
So I don't know. I like to think for a short time that the Dinobots lay eggs, and I say for a short time because I don't want to imagine Grimlock laying eggs.
Yeah, that's the next thing I don't understand. Half of them are guys. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Most of the Transformers, I think they're just built. I'm guessing they're built from some sort of creator.
Yeah.
I think Ratchet just builds Transformers in his spare time.
There is one other thing that I like about the Last Night Megatron. They actually gave him a fusion cannon.
Yeah, I like the design of the Last Night Megatron. I just don't like the movie.
I like the first two movies were the only good ones. The third one was eh. Fourth one, I hate it. Fifth one, why are you still here?
Yeah. And like they got so long, like the Last Night was so long it ended like 5 times.
Exactly, like it just felt like they just threw things in there, like what was it called, the Talisman?
I don't remember. I've
Remember.
seen the movie once and just never again. That movie was so bad.
Another thing, Bumblebee blowing up but putting himself back together.
Yeah, it was like Goddard playing dead.
Hold on, so you're saying all those other Autobots and Decepticons
Could the rest of them do that?
could have saved Ironhide, we could have saved Ratchet.
We could have saved Jazz.
Exactly. What if Jazz was alive the whole time? He just had to live the rest of his life legless.
Plot twist: he's just crawling around in some cave.
He's just driving as half of a car.
Have you seen the movie The Green Hornet?
No, but I heard of it.
Mm-hmm. So the live action, I guess, most recent one with Seth Rogen in it. They ended up driving into an elevator, and their car got cut in half, and because it was a front-wheel drive, it still was able to drive. I just imagine that's Jazz. He's just driving it out as the Green Hornet's car. He gets cut in half on the elevator. He's like, not again.
Just, oh, come on.
It's like Raiden when he loses his arm in Metal Gear Solid.
Does this mean Jazz can go into handicap parking?
I hope so. I really hope so. I know Starscream can now, because in the G1 movie he shot himself in the foot, quite literally. So yeah, he can be in there for a bit, sure.
Yeah.
Give this one to Starscream.
I forgot which version of Starscream this was. This was where he had the two huge cannons on his back.
Is that Armada? I think that's Armada.
Yeah, I think it's Armada. Like, I feel like that is where Starscream kind of like let go of trying to stab Megatron in the back and just like went complete, not rogue per se, but he just like completely not his character, but in the good way.
Yeah, he definitely changed quite a bit.
And I honestly teared up when he actually died right there.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was just like, Jesus.
We want to talk about sad deaths. Let's talk about Dinobot's death in Beast Wars.
Oh no.
He sacrificed himself so heroically.
Dinobot was honestly the best character in that show.
He had probably the best story out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like we all thought like all along he was going to turn back to the Predacons and just destroy everybody, but he ended up sacrificing himself for the sake of humanity.
Yeah.
And that's honestly like really beautiful.
Transmetal 2 Dinobot kind of had that premise, but at least he had the sense of remembering who he really was.
I think they should have just left him dead. Cause that's
I
just...
would have preferred that, but Transmetal 2 Dinobot, like, I just want to say his design was actually pretty... It was... I liked it, but at the same time it was like, huh.
I think the whole, like, Transmetal 2 thing was just really odd. And honestly, it didn't need to happen.
Like, the whole being able to turn to animals was awesome, but that being able to turn into vehicles and still being animals, it's...
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah. Forgot which... Oh yeah, and we're not going to talk about Beast Machines.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No, thank you.
Nope, we're good. No Beast Machines, please. Have you ever...
Waspinator, though.
Waspinator was great.
Waspinator, no like pouring up. God damn it.
Waspinator lost arm again!
Waspinator had handicap parking again.
Waspinator no like Scorponok for a rounded.
And the Transformers... In Transformers Animated, I liked how they kind of did Waspinator's origin, starting him off as like kind of like a scout build, just like Bumblebee.
I forgot Waspinator was in that.
Started out as Wasp, then turning into Waspinator. His transformation from Wasp to Waspinator, I actually enjoyed it. Like, I don't know why those type of scenes, like where a certain character turns into like a beast, kind of like that type of upgrade. It's so satisfying to see.
Yeah, I honestly I like the Transformers that turn into vehicles because that's been my childhood basically. But yeah. I tend to prefer some of the Transformers that turn into like beasts and stuff over other Transformers. Like I'll take Grimlock over Starscream any day.
Definitely.
Like I've heard Grimlock's Dino mode described as like the perfect 80s T-Rex, like the Don't Stop Believin' of alternate modes.
Why is it that some 99.9% of Grimlock's toys, he's always garbage when it comes to robot mode? Like,
It's because
to a chicken leg in one of my. I still have one of mine. He's pretty much a hot dog, but the third-party Vulcan.
dude,
Serious black magic.
it looks so good. I want it. I think the reason for that is because Grimlock spent most of his time in his Dino mode because he really had no reason to go out of it. So, I mean, the Dino mode is like the primary thought, and the robot mode is more of like an afterthought, really, I think.
Yeah, and Transformers Animated, that's what, like, I didn't really get. Like, you spend most of your time in T-Rex mode, yet you could still turn into robot mode.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that I just realized. Michael Bay's the freaking pterodactyl.
Which
Pterodactyl one. The two-headed one.
Oh, Swoop?
Yeah, he went from calling it Swoop to Strafe, which
Yeah.
I'd prefer that name, but Swoop is just adorable. Swoop is an adorable name.
They changed Slag to something. I forgot what it was.
Slug to Slug.
Yeah, they had Slug and then Sludge. Like, what? Or did
Mostly
they change
because,
Sludge?
They switched it to Slag. They changed Slag because in the UK it was a word for something else.
Yeah, that's
Family
like
friendly video, so we are not going to discuss it.
what we're talking about is the context of the name of the Transformer.
Yes.
So don't demonetize us, YouTube. I don't get paid anyways.
Anyone who lives in the UK, this is not referring to you, it's referring to the Transformer Triceratops.
I'll bring up a picture.
Yes. I get offended and we love you.
Yeah, see?
But I guess for the sake of publicity,
Slag.
we'll just call him Slug.
Okay. I'll refer to him as Triceratops Boy.
Like, whatchamacallit? The combiner, though, of all the Dinobots had to be like a oh my god moment.
It's pretty cool, I guess.
Like, some people might say it's unnecessary or too cliche, but me personally, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool that all the Dinobots can combine and stuff, but I don't really like how it was like a really sudden... It feels really sudden to just decide that the Dinobots can combine now. Like, I know it was in like a comic at some point, but I don't get it.
Like, unless they could have, like, eased it in, like, give it backstory. Like, maybe when Wheeljack was creating them, he had no intention, but when Shockwave got a hold of them, he wanted them to be stronger, so he gave them the ability to bind.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been acceptable instead of just, hey, they can combine now.
Yeah, right?
Enjoy it.
It's like, hey, look what they can do.
Just, hey, Mom, look what I can do!
Yeah, right?
Mom, get the camera!
Alright. Let's end on a more positive note.
Yeah.
Shoot. I don't know. Of, like, anything modern Transformers, meaning aside from the G1, what is one change from anything that you really liked?
Like a change that I like to see.
Just, like, either a change that you did like, or something that they could probably improve upon.
I would say from, like, the Bumblebee movie, the one change that I liked was kind of how everyone else was in their original G1 design, but more live action, while Bumblebee was kind of more modernized. Like, he wasn't full G1. He was different, and he still had the Michael Bay head for some reason. But overall, I like that.
Yeah. I think one thing I would really love to see as an improvement for new Transformers movies and shows and stuff is just less humans. Like, we don't need human interaction in this. It's a show about Transformers. That's interesting enough.
Yeah.
Alright. So...
need more Decepticons.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be it for our first podcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to give us more topics in the comments if you want to see more. And is there anything you want to say?
Make sure you like and subscribe to this beautiful being. He is such a great guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, and shameless plug, subscribe to me, Shade the Demon Wolf.
I'll put his channel in the description.
And show both of us some love and support.
Yay, love and support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, thanks all for watching. We love you.
Love you.
Goodbye.